Samuel Philippe, Humility, Recognition, and Conscious Progress. The Testimony of Spirit. Samuel Philippe, presented in the second part of Heaven and Hell, brings a profound teaching about the continuity of consciousness allied with intellectual and moral humility. His account shows that clarity after passing does not depend solely on knowledge, but on the sincere ability to recognize limits, learn from one's own experiences, and accept the evolutionary process without illusions. Samuel Philippe manifests with clarity and simplicity. He understands his new spiritual condition and does not show exaggerated surprise or intense disturbance. This serenity indicates that the spirit already had some understanding of the continuity of existence during life. The death of the body does not suddenly transform him, but reveals more clearly what had already been built internally. Modern depth psychology helps to understand this state. Humility is a sign of integrated awareness. When an individual accepts their imperfections without denial or excessive self-blame, it creates real space for learning. On the spiritual plane, this posture favors states of balance and reduces unnecessary suffering as it eliminates internal resistance to reality. Spiritism clarifies that Samuel Philippe does not consider himself a fully happy spirit, but he is also not in intense suffering. He recognizes himself in a process of progress, aware that there are still paths to take. This intermediate lucidity is extremely valuable as it demonstrates spiritual maturity. Knowing where one is the first step to moving forward. Modern science reinforces this logic by showing that all development occurs in stages. In human learning, recognizing what is still unknown is an essential condition for evolution. The same applies to spiritual awareness. Spirits that deceive themselves about their own state tend to stagnate. Those who recognize themselves as learners advance with greater confidence. Another important point in Samuel Philippe's account is the absence of rebellion. He does not question the justice of life nor express resentment. He accepts the natural consequences of his choices with serenity, understanding that each experience has educational value. This conscious acceptance is one of the great factors of balance in the spiritual world. The testimony also confirms that personal identity remains active. Memory, reasoning, and values continue to be present. What changes is not the being, but the field of experience. This continuity reinforces the spiritist idea that spiritual life is a natural extension of earthly life, and not a sudden judgment that redefines the individual. Samuel Philippe teaches us that true preparation for future life is not in the pursuit of immediate perfection, but in the daily construction of inner honesty. Recognizing flaws, learning from them, and maintaining a sincere willingness to improve creates a state of consciousness that traverses passing with balance and clarity. This account is an invitation to practical reflection. Living with humility, responsibility, and openness to learning not only improves present life, but also builds a more serene spiritual future. Evolution does not require spiritual titles, but awakened consciousness and continuous effort. If this testimony helped you reflect on humility, progress, and the continuity of consciousness, like, share, and leave your comment. Your participation helps this message reach more people.